Hi friends, fret Romans and fret countrymen. Not done one of these videos for a long time now. When I started out as Christian Guitars all them years ago, I used to do an on the bench video, and I'd say where I got lined up that week, this, that and the other, and then I got busier and busier and I didn't have time to do them. I just started videoing the work as I did it. No edits, just get it filmed, get it pasted together, get it out there. And my videos have always been, bar an on the bench video, my videos have always been for me and the clients, for my records, just in case anyone comes back and says you did this and that. I've got a story about that, but I'm not going to tell it today. And it's a record for the client, so I can explain what I'm going to do, why I want to do it, and what it's going to cost, and they can then see the work being done. So that's what those videos are for. But this isn't. This is an on the bench video, and it's that bank holiday day today. We're in some day in September. You know what it's all about. They've dragged that out, laid to rest, haven't they? But I might not do it. I'm out of the way. So I've come in today and I thought, I wasted a day Saturday because I had a mate here. I had a friend, in fact the landlord of this place. And as great as a bloke as he is, when he's here, I don't get nothing done. Because we're gabbing and talking guitars and faffing about. And he won't let you go a word in edgewise. So didn't get no done. So I thought I'll come in today and do something. And I'm going to start off light. I'm going to make myself up some guitar leads because I have got cable and leads, stuff that's been knocking about for years and blah blah blah. And I've got myself some nice Van Damme brand new cable, which is brilliant. And I've got leads that don't work and haven't worked for years, and I thought I'll knock some up. But I've also got, right here, these are both speaker cables. I mean proper thick quality gear. And I'm going to decide which one I want to keep, even though I don't need any. I'm going to decide which one I'll keep. I'm going to take the ends off the other one. I'm going to make some more cables. And I've got plenty of ends here, and I've got some pancake cables here, ends here. I'm going to knock myself up a few cables, and reason being, last week I made myself this fantastic thing. You might have seen the JHS black box. It's like a little, it is not an attenuator. Stop calling them attenuators. It's a little, it's a passive volume control. It's got 100k linear pot and 2 jacks in there in a little enclosure. It cost me about £15 for all the bits, and that will sit in my effects loop, and it's a master volume. It's absolutely fabulous. What you do is you take your amp IO on it, you put your volume all the way up, you stick around the effects loop, and then once you've got the tone you want at the volume you want, then you've got that as a volume, so you can turn it right down to less than bedroom level. Fantastic piece of kit. And I knocked one of them up last week, and I thought, you know what, while I've got that, I've got some new wire strippers. I've bought my Stanley ones. You know, when it comes to buying tools, I've learned the hard way that just buy quality straight off, rather than buy 3 loads of crap and you end up buying more. I've gone and bought these Stanley ones, wire strippers. They're absolutely fantastic. They do the job right. They were only £5 more than the cheap copies. Go and get the real stuff. We're about 25, 26 quid these. So get the good gear. So I've got my Hakko soldering iron, which I fixed last week. It was playing up, but that was only because I hadn't cleaned my tips and I'd done a factory reset on it. It's absolutely brilliant. I've got it set at 270. I'm going to knock some cables up, but this is an on the bench video today, and I've got so much work lined up. And but what I'm going to do today, I'm going to knock myself some cables up, like I said. I'm going to knock myself up some little short cables with pancake connectors, so I can use them as connectors, pedal connectors and what have you. I've got a neck I'm refretting on here. I'm not going to show the headstock. It's not Fender. It's just personal to the owner, but I've already got the frets in, but I need to shave the edges off, and I need to do the bevels, and I need to level them, recrown them and polish them. So I'm going to do a bit of that in a bit. I believe this is a real Fender neck, probably a Fender Japanese. I've stripped all the lacquer off as well. I wanted that off, and I've get it about 15 coats of oil, so it's looking all right. It says, I'm not bothered about it looking tatty or any marks on it. It says I like it like that. I want it to look aged anyway. So I'm going to be refretting that in a bit. Again, I've got a busy week. I've got a full workshop. I'm just going to grab a guitar I'm working on. This is one of them. They're Frankenstrat. It's not Frankenstrat. It is. It's the proper gear. I think that you knock these out for about 800 quid. They're made in Mexico. We're probably at the Fender factory in Mexico, and they come like this. They come aged like that, and they come all scruffed up and dinged up and everything. And I'll be honest, it's crap. Well, the guitar's not crap. The D tuner on it here is rubbish. This one don't work. It's really tight and it don't work proper. And like, you can't pull it in, you can't push it in, you can't pull it out. It's absolutely wank. And the owner said to me, "Can you get working?" Well, not really. don't want to work. It's absolute rubbish. So I'm going to bend that spring back underneath, try and get that working. I've told him if I can't get working, I'm just going to set it up to normal. I'll just set it up in E and just leave it like that. I've told him I probably can't get that working. I've got to reset the tremolo anyway. It needs a complete setup and already know it wants some frets leveling. Don't know how many though. But nice big chunky round frets on here, not too wide. Not like the 3mm things, they're about 2.7 I'd say, but they're nice and high, about 1.4mm. Lovely, lovely frets on there. But yeah, I'm going to be setting that up in a bit. So I'll work that around the refret. I'll do a bit of the refret work and I'll blob on that if when I get bored. I've also got in, I've bought my own Telecaster in today, my Classic Vibe Telecaster. It needs a new nut, but I've got to bring it in because the guy that sent me this neck sent me just the neck. So it needs a new bone nut on it. So I'm going to set this, I need a new bone nut on my Classic Vibe. I also need a bone nut on here. And I'm going to set this up on my Classic Vibe because I need a body to get it set up to cut the nut slots right after the frets have been done. So that's what I'm planning to do today. I don't think I'll get it all done because I want to go and spend some time with my wife later. I want to avoid all that laid to rest bump that they've really dragged out. So I'm going to crack on and do some. I'm not going to be doing a, I don't think I'm going to be doing a follow-up later. But I'm in my workshop today. There's not much traffic about. I've got the windows up and you can hear there's not much traffic about. The lights I put up, I put two. I put one up there. I've got an LED batten up there, 4 foot, daylight at 6,500K, whatever it is. I've got another one up the back there. So this room looks like daylight now. It's fantastic. And they're just pinned up on 2 screws, 2 brackets. And I've run the wire across the ceiling and it's just hanging down the wall. And that's enough for me. It's all I want here. And it's given me all the light I need in this room. It's why I've moved the second bench over here. So it's fantastic. So I've got plenty of light. I've got some fresh air coming in. I'm wrapped up. I've got my jeans on. I've got a long sleeve shirt on because it has turned a bit nippy. And I'm going to crack on. I'm going to re-tin this tip because it wants a re-tinning. So I'm going to clean all that up. And I'm going to crack on. I'm going to get some cables made first. And I'm probably going to have an hour at that. See how many I can knock out. And then I'm going to crack on with some other jobs. Now the other jobs you will see in the future because I will be filming parts of the jobs, but not here. So I want to wish you all a great bank holiday day off. And by the time you see this, by the way, about 6 months after. Won't be September, we'll probably be in 2023. But, you know, I may post this tonight, I don't know yet. There's no point me doing an on the bench video and post it 6 months later. I've just realised that thinking that as I'm talking. So I'm going to post this one. I am going to post it today, I'm going to post it tonight. But I hope you've all made the most of this bank holiday, because if nothing else, there's bound to be a pub open somewhere. No, there's not much happening, is there? But I hope you had a good day, you make the most of it. It is a free day, isn't it, for everyone? So at least we've got that to be thankful for. So I hope you've had a great day. I'm sure that you're going to have had a great day. I've not got anything in the way of food here to eat today, so I'm going to, well I have, I've got 2 mini rices and I've got a bunch of manky grapes that have been in my fridge for too long and I may get through them, so I've got a little bit to eat, but you know, I hope your day has been as good as mine is going to be. So as always, I'll just remind you of my website while I'm here. Facebook.com/NG17. NG17 being always been my postcode, it's why I chose it. And I love the number 17 for whatever reason. And NG, Nottingham, blah blah blah. Anyway, there you go. So that's it. So that's it. So God bless you all. Take good care of each other. I hope you had a great day today. And I'll see you soon.